I'm your host, Terrence Summers, always with head ball coach Dustin Wilson. We're on Locker Room Talk. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Great.
Friday night, the Jackets took a trip to Calvin Short Field where the Green Wave of Gallatin awaited. Defensively, the Jackets came out and played hard-nosed Springfield football. The Jackets were led by senior KJ Chapman with 11 tackles. Junior Lemarius Dowling had 9 and a sack. Hayden Reynolds and Parker Betts both had 8 tackles. And Jermaine Cobbins, the freshman, came away with 8 tackles and 2 big interceptions, one to close the game. The Jackets defense held Gallatin to 71 yards rushing Friday night. Beautiful defensive night for the Jackets.
Yeah, man, just going over and playing and being involved in the game and being close at the end. And, the unfortunate thing about all those stats, we probably lost Josh Lee, but just the history and the coaches and the people coming up to you before the game and going down there to the wire. And, man, it was fun. It was hard. There was a lot of chaos at the beginning. It was a good football game. Yep. It was loud, and their band does great. And they would come out with a formation that we wasn't ready for after we went all the way down the field and didn't score when we got inside the 5. It was just fun. It was a fun ball game after we got settled down. But that's just the ups and downs of a football game. So a lot of kids on defensively stepped up, from KJ leading with tackles all the way down to the freshman coming up, second week in a row getting a big pick. But, he did seal the deal there at the end. But, man, that first one was huge too in the end zone.
It was. Save points.
Yeah, coming away without points. So a couple big plays by him in the passing game. But just those kids, Chapman, Reynolds, and Betts, like you talked about. But even Bush out there on the edge with some of those formations at the beginning, like he played good. Everybody, you don't win a game like that without team ball. So it was good stuff. And Springfield and Gallatin playing football, and the first time I've been a part of a Springfield win over there. So just good stuff to go through tonight. Just glad I'm along for the ride.
We're going to get back to one of the interceptions in that night.
Right.
Offensively, the Jackets had a night. 344 yards rushing and 120 yards passing. Sophomore Casey Woodson was 11 for 21 passing for 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Jabraylon Ellis led all receivers with 6 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. But the ground attack stole the night. KJ Chapman, 8 carries for 61 yards. Casey Woodson carried the ball 13 times for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. And our Bulldog Renault, offensive player of the game, Jaden Hurst, the junior, carried the ball 13 times, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big offensive night. The Jackets played complimentary balanced football, Coach. Threw it around, ran it, 3 different people, getting in on the rushing attack. It was beautiful.
Yeah, you just talk about, like, spreading the ball out like that. Like, you got 34 rush plays right there you can count for. And, a couple of weeks ago we made it an issue for Kaysen to start getting a few more carries. So there you go with talking about them 3, and that's even without Philippe, getting his miscellaneous. He'll get 4 to 5 carries, and we'll talk to him in a minute. But, talking about our passing game, like, if anybody's watched this past couple of weeks, they're probably guarding 82.
Yeah.
So they put a couple people over on 82, and Jabraylon steps up and has a good night. So that's some team stuff, some unselfish stuff by Jabraylon. A couple weeks ago, there may have been just one. He hit a drop, and emotionally it was bad for not. Then he picks it up. He gets a touchdown late against Hunter's Lane, and here he is ready to go again. So, but yeah, just spreading the ball out to some of our kids, and getting back after it on defense, and Jermaine making a play there at the end of the game. Special teams was a little bit hard on us starting there. The field position game definitely wasn't in our favor, so that's just more hats off to the defense on a short field performing like that. So great football.
And I know, defensive-wise, you look at points, but I always look at those key moments in the game. One for them offensively, the quarterback scrambling around. We lost contain a little bit, and he just, he's the all-time leading yards passer in Gallatin football history, and he's just a junior. But he's rolling around to the right, and, he's so big, you think he's going to run. People come, and somebody finally stepped up to try to get him. Just dump it over our head and literally put it in the athlete's hand. He go down sideline, touchdown, Gallatin. You look at that play, and then you look – for them, that was a big splash play that just, happened from athletes being athletes. And then the same thing for us. They going in to drive, they're taking their time. Another drive for to put 7 points on the board. It's third down, okay. Let's stop him right here and get 3. And then Jermaine Jermaine Cobbins comes up with the interception in the end zone and takes points off the board. Like you said, Philippe, Dowling, I told this on the broadcast, hats off all year long, the 2 outside linebackers.
Yep.
And the 2 seniors, Jack Holt and Parker Betts, have played lights out. They played great ball of establish the end of the line of scrimmage. And Friday night, like you said, it took all 22 on both sides of the ball to finish that ball game for us.
Yeah, it was great. It was definitely there all the way. I mean, literally, they were throwing the ball. I guess we got 2 snaps of victory in there, kneel downs at the end of the game. But, yeah, it took them all. If you talk about points, too, that we didn't get an extra point and a field goal. So there's 4 points that was left out. And then we get in that drive down, the first opening drive as we took the ball, and we got that down inside the 5. So a lot of those hidden things that when you break down the game, they'll come out. But, in the end, Springfield had more than Gallatin. It was a great night for us. And, when it's one of those good wins and some of those old dudes start texting you. So it was good stuff.
First win for the Jackets at Calvin Short Field since 1981, and that 7-6 non-AAA win for the Jackets ended up propelling them to being the district champs that year. In that game, we got Chris sitting at home. He told me that during that game, 81, they threw a pick at the end. Springfield caught a pick at the end. It took 2 knees to end it.
Oh, wow.
And same way we did it Friday night in Gallatin. So first time we won since 81 and 81, that's how it ended.
Y'all tell that on your show yet?
We ain't got that far.
I want to hear that.
That'd be off season.
Man, that's wild.
We're still trying to gather that film and all that different stuff. But
it's probably close enough. We might be able to find that one. But
yeah.
that is. Hey, this is like our season. You did this stuff long enough.
Yep.
You're going to see a little bit of everything, and it seems like we're seeing a little bit of something come around again for the second time. But, that's a great game of football, and that's why we all here tonight talking about it. But that's pretty wild, doing the 2 knees and a pick at the end.
It's crazy. It's just – and that's the first win since 81, since that night at the field for Springfield. That was a beautiful night. Beautiful atmosphere, like you said, with the bands, both bands. Our band showed up, too, and it was great football for Jackets. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we got our player guest for the night, senior Josh Philippe. You're watching Lockeroom Talk.
Southside Drug Company, located at 1000 South Main Street in Springfield, Tennessee, serving the Springfield community since 1919.
Go Jackets!
You are watching a Social Dweeb Sports production.
We're back on Locker Room Talk, and happy to be joined by senior defensive end and running back Josh Philippe. How you doing tonight, Josh?
I'm good.
Friday night, the Jackets go up to Gallatin Green Wave country, get the first win in Gallatin since 1981. You being a senior, starting DN, getting your reps, like Coach said, you get a lot of carries on offense, getting in and to spell some of those backs. What's your journey through Springfield High School? JV, former players you sat behind and watched. What's that?
Yes, sir. So my freshman year, I was watching Devin them play. It was fun, learning about Springfield football, and just seeing them win, have fun. My sophomore year, I did the same thing. I was going hard in JV, playing good a little bit there. And then my junior year, that's where like I went off really, and I Like, I wish I was going off, but like,
Yeah,
like
making
I
plays
stepped up.
for
I
sure.
stepped up and got better, and was doing good on the D line for the most part. And my senior year, I've just stepped up even more, having more confidence than my previous years, and just having a lot of fun with my brothers.
You know, Friday night, like I said, y'all went up to Gallatin and got the first win in Gallatin since 1981. You know, what was key for y'all being successful last week? Not just you individually, but y'all as a unit on defense and offense and the whole team.
Yes, sir. We were just locked in Friday night, and we were just having a lot of fun. And like with our scheme with Coach Mills and his scheme and Coach Will, he was helping us a lot, and just making sure that we'll play right and win on Friday night.
Last thing I got for you. What do you love most about being a Jack? You know, how'd you in middle school? I remember in middle school,
Yeah.
put you back and return some kicks, use your speed.
Yeah.
I know you ran track some too here. But now you senior, you know, you done went through the program 4 years. It's your time. You've been out there every game, starting to end, all nine we played in. What do you love most about being a Jacket?
I just most like love about being a Jack is like playing with my brothers, having fun, being around the energy, and with my coaches, coaching so well, Coach Will, Coach Wilson, the rest of the coaches. You know, it's been real fun with them, and having the experience as a Yellow Jacket.
Josh Philippe, senior, I appreciate you, man. Let's get him Friday night.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to talk the Beach Buccaneers. You watching Lockeroom Talk.
Free Bird Bail Bonds, your local bail bonds company. Call Josh England today. You are watching a Social Dweeb sports production.
Back here on Locker Room Talk. Friday night, the Jackets packed the bags and hit the road again, this time to Shackle Island Stadium. Friday night, the Jackets take the trip to Shackle Island Stadium where the 8-1 Beach Buccaneers await. Beach comes to the game with a heavy favorite sporting rushing attack that features 3 backs with 300 yards or more yards on the season. One being a 6'4", 240-pound junior quarterback, Caden Powell. Defensively, the Bucs are led by sophomore linebacker D.K. Williams, who leads the team with 81 tackles on the season. Up front, Beach is complete on both sides of the ball. Another big region matchup here for us, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you're at week 11, which is now the last week in high school football, and everything's on the line. So we've obviously done enough to get here, and shouldn't have to say much of a pregame speech to have this going on. But you got meaningful football, and it's actually in November, although it's not first round of the playoffs. But I told the boys Monday when we do our little bit of film intro, like, the playoffs just started a week early. It is what it is. Like, we're in the playoffs now. We got to win to advance. But yeah, Beach, man, the people, the tight knit of that stadium now with it being under construction, the noise, the jumbotrons, the train horns, the bands, it's just big time football, and it's fun to be around. It's fun to be involved in, and yeah, we'll have a game plan. We'll go up and we'll see who can do theirs better. And you know, that Sumner County, this is the 5th team. Do we play them all except for Westmoreland maybe? but we got them all, and this is the last little stretch here, and let's go win to get in the playoffs.
Like I said, Beach coming in with a 6'4", 240-pound quarterback, Caden Powell. Heavy rushing attack. If you watch Beach over the years, you know what you're gonna get Friday night. I like the Jackets going in. You know, a lot of people say heavy underdogs. Like you said, a big time football environment. I like what Coach Crabtree has built up there. I think he's been there since 2009.
It's got to be a while because
Actually, maybe about 05.
It's 12 and 13, 14 when they had them runs with Hurt or whatever, right?
He's won both of the state titles.
That's correct.
And the first one was in 09, and because that was my freshman year in high school, and the next one was, of course, my senior year in 12. So he's been there for both state titles. He's built that program back to what the peak where it is right now. Probably best than he's ever been. I don't know their deep history, but Beach from his whole tenure, he's put that program on a great pedestal, and it's a great privilege to go up there Friday night and compete against.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's been there for. I mean, we've been here since 12, so that's when you graduated. I'm gonna say it's all over mid 2000s being established as he is. But whatever you say about a staff, but he's been at the top of it for a while, and they do things right and they run the ball well. And even when we were in that little stint of 4A, we were still playing Beach here. That homecoming there in the season time to play some good football. But they've always done the same thing. They've always done it really well, and be the same thing going over there again. Two schemes clashing, and let's see who does it the best.
And it'll be their senior night, Friday night. Of course, their place will be packed out. Like Coach said, they have temporary. Their bleachers are smaller than they've been on their home side, so you got those people in the end zones and lawn chairs, and like you said, I seen on film, Coach. I was watching the film, and I wasn't. Of course, you see the great players they have, and they got like 30 cheerleaders on the sideline.
30 cheerleaders, 30 dance team. And you look at the sidelines, it's from 25 to 25 full, especially that night they were in the orange jerseys, whatever, just like it stood out. But their whole stands are packed with fans. Then you go down to the end zone, and they're all packed. It's a lot of people over there. It's a big community in Hendersonville again. And, we seen it at Hendersonville. It just wasn't as close because they got it just seems like they're inside the track at Beach, where Hendersonville, they kept you off of it. So it's all just tight knit. But, our temporary side, I think, is a little bit smaller. So hopefully we fill it up, even if it was the bigger side. But construction is going on over there. And, Beach in Springfield.
No, I didn't speak about this, but JV season's over.
It is.
Now what does it look like for them? What does it look like for JV players since the season's over? I know I seen them down there in practice today. They're still involved with all that, but just give the folks their season over. What do they move to next?
You'd like to think. Obviously, if you're a freshman, you've never quit lifting. Coach Struck gave me the performance of those since they've been here since June. Today, actually, kind of as that first period where they're over right here before some of them go off to their other sport, and multi-sport kids. But you like to think every week you get in the playoffs is another week of practice you get for those kids. Now, individual and stuff at this time of year is a little bit less, but I mean, if it's still 25 minutes a week on O&D, that's that coaching they're getting. Now, putting them out there on scout team or team, some of them getting reps and doing that, they're really just being that look team, so they look like the other team. But we play them next year. That's that data for them to remember. So it's just program stuff where it's out there. It's good for them to be involved and just show how each and every one of them is important. It don't matter if it's scout team quarterback or the running back or, when somebody goes down and you holler at a kid to get out there on the field, that moment in time they were important to that program. Did they do their best for Springfield High School to advance? And it's just being part of everything right now as we move forward.
Any coaches announcements for Friday? Like I said, like you said, I know there's still enough bleachers over there for us and everybody to get there. Just anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. The parking when you get over there and the that's kind of been around back where we'll park now. If you're coming up, what is that? Not Long Hollow, but Tyree Springs, I guess, maybe if you're going the back way and pulling up by the middle school over there. But no different charge going on for a game. Still go fan. Their senior night does start at 6:25, so if you get there, it's not anything going on, but I'm sure they'll have 25-something cheerleaders and then probably 40 football players. I say that sarcastically, but a lot. They got a big roster. So you hadn't missed nothing. Game still kicks off at 7, and just for the playoff scenario, there's only one we're concerned with, and that's win and get in.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we're going over there to do.
Last time the all-time record between Beach and Springfield. Springfield 4, Beach 17. Last time the Jackets beat the Buccaneers was a 24-14 win at Beach in 2006. And I was at that game, Coach, and I spent most of the game on the side down there playing football. But then, of course, I saw Josh Bay lay a few hits, Jonathan Utley, and Wayne Chapman make a good few runs, and the Jackets came out with a good win that night. Defense played good, and I think that night, I remember that Beach came out in orange that night, orange jerseys, and that place was packed, both sides, and because Springfield was undefeated at the time.
Yeah.
Beach was having, an okay season, and they came out, of course, they come out and run the football, and Springfield wasn't having it. That was a great ball game.
You say something about 2006, it was good around here with that bunch. So I remember I coached right there out of college I'm going to say it was 04 season. It may have been a rain delay at the beginning. Unfortunately, we went 1-9 that year, but that one was against Beach. So, and that was over there. So Josh and them, that would have been when they would have been freshmen, I believe, and then seniors there. They got 2 of those 4 wins, their class. So, that's a little lopsided. Let's go get one on our side this weekend.
Like Coach said, it's only one playoff scenario here, win and get in. That's what we're shooting for. We're 48 hours from kickoff. For the Jackets, the Hayes in the barn. Only walk through in this game day. Let's storm the island. Let's pack it and be loud, be proud for these Jackets. If you're unable to attend the game, catch the broadcast live on Social Media Sports YouTube. But I want everybody to come out, be loud, be proud. Let's push these Jackets to the postseason. Here, ball coach Dustin Wilson, Terrence Summers. It's been Locker Room Talk. See you Friday night. Go Jackets.
You are watching a Social Dweeb Sports production.